Hey YouTube, Robert here. This video is going to be on the Water Ninja's new 300 blackout. He got all the stuff to build it for Christmas, and we're pretty much done building it except for the charging handle, which is coming, should be here tomorrow, but we went ahead and built this today. And what I'm going to do is go over what the cost was to actually build this one, and then what the minimum, like if you got everything on sale or got really good deals on it. I've looked up some prices that would be, finding things on sale, what it would cost to do it that route on the cheap, and then what like the upper end would be, because some of this stuff's expensive, some isn't, some was on sale. So here's the rifle. And we'll start with the barrel, which is a 16-inch stainless steel from Matt Moss Defense. That's where we got that. And it's the carbine length gas port. And we picked that one on sale up for $165. And they're regular about 250 bucks, so we saved a bit on that. The handguard is a custom handguard he wanted from Unique ARs, and the handguard on this is probably the most expensive thing on this rifle. It was $275 delivered to the door, and you can't get that any cheaper. They don't have them on sale. I've never seen Unique ARs have any sales on their stuff. And this is the 9-inch. The 15-inch is about $350 and would be roughly almost $400 delivered to your door. And then they do make a shorter one, which I believe is a 6-inch or 7-inch, sorry, and that runs about 175 bucks. And then it would be probably $225 to delivered. The stripped upper is a Anderson, which I did get on sale at a local gun shop for $65, and it matches his lower, which is an Anderson lower, and this was stripped. The forward assist just picked up off eBay. It's not a cheap one. It ran about 16 bucks, and you can't actually get those cheaper. The charging handle, like I said, we don't have, but it's going to be a Bravo company, BCM. I think it's called Gunfighter, one with the extended latch, and that came in at about $45. You can get regular standard charging handles for like 15 bucks. The muzzle brake up here is a Shark. That's the name of it, and these run right around 65 bucks. You can get them for 20, but we ended up actually have two because we got the wrong one, so I put it on my AR. This one was 65, this one was about 20-25 bucks. So I'm gonna call the $65 and put it on his. The dust cover, he has kind of a custom dust cover here. Got the mud flaps, and it says Lucky Lady on it, or Lady Luck, sorry. And this one was about 35 bucks. You can pick these up for $15, on eBay with nothing or with just the cover, and then you have to buy the pin set. And you can, and we'll go over the higher end after all this. Let's see, the bolt carrier group, which is a nickel boron bolt carrier group, and I can't remember the company we got this from, but nickel boron's like really good for your ARs, and this one ran us on sale for about $110. You can pick up a bolt carrier group that's not nickel boron, just a basic, like I have on mine. It is just a basic AR style. I can't remember what the coating is on mine, but it's not nickel boron. You can pick them up for right around 65 bucks if you really look for them. But that's the cheap one. This is a really well made one. It's staked right, looks good. And the thing about nickel boron is they're really slick without oil, but once you put a couple drops of oil on these things, they're just really smooth. So we'll pop that back in so we can close this all up. And this thing went together so well. Well, we actually did have a couple problems with aligning the gas block, which I didn't put in here. Actually, I forgot to put the gas block and gas tube in. The gas block was about $30, and then the gas, you can get your rifle wet. And then the tube itself was like $8, $8 or $10. So that's, oh shoot. I forgot my towel. Man, it's been a while since I got squirted in the face. So that's about it for the upper. We've already done a lower build video, but I didn't explain all the cost for this with the buffer and the Blackhawk. What do you call it? Stock, sorry, and the grip. The engraving I'm not adding into it, but the engraving was right around $50 to $75 to do all the engraving on this. The magazines are just standard PMag, window PMags, and then we got these little bands here to identify them as 300 AACs because they fit the regular 5.56 magazines. That way if we're ever out together, he won't grab the wrong mag and put it in there. But we kind of figured that the, damn it, stop squirting me, please. I'm wet enough. You got water on it. The cost of the lower to build was right around $350 to $400, so I'm going to say $350 to build the entire lower. It is an Anderson lower with, I can't remember the parts kit for that, but it was right around, I want to say $65 or something like that. The lower was on sale for $80, and then all the rest of the grip and stuff. So total to build this 300 Blackout rifle as is right here is right around $1,125, which is actually pretty good because you can go out and buy these built for about 12 to 13, and he's got some really high-end stuff on here. And the ones you go out and buy for 12 to 13 are just basic low-end stuff. Of course, he doesn't have an optic on here yet, but really that's all he's missing is his optic. Like I said, the charging handles come in. Now you can build this rifle on the cheap using really cheap stuff or really good deals for about $500. We could have built this rifle for $500, but then you wouldn't have a nickel boron bolt carrier group, you wouldn't have this foregrip, you wouldn't have a stainless barrel, you wouldn't have that muzzle brake, you wouldn't have that gas block, you wouldn't have the charging handle, you wouldn't have the custom lower stuff. I'm talking saw grip, basic dirt cheap AR, either 5.56 or the 300 Blackout for around $500. It can be done, but like I said, you're going to substitute some quality there for that. And then on the higher end, and we'll go over this real quick, the barrels, I mean, you can spend $500 on a barrel. The hand guards, you can, if you go with, as far as I know, these are kind of the most expensive foregrips hand guards you can get. And they're 15 inches or about $350 to $400 delivered. The stripped upper, you can spend $250 on a stripped upper, Daniel Defense and stuff like that. A lot of people, there's more expensive uppers, or uppers, sorry. There's more expensive uppers, but you don't necessarily have to do that. I mean, and Anderson uppers totally fine for this rifle. A charging handle, you can spend $100 on a charging handle. The forward assist, I mean, you can get a custom one for 30 bucks. The shark muzzle brake, not the shark muzzle brake, but I've seen some muzzle brakes go for like $200. Dust covers, you can spend up to 50 bucks on a dust cover, which amazes me. Bolt carrier groups, you can spend 300, and that's, I think I'm estimating that kind of low. And then for a lower build, I kind of estimated that to, you know, you could do all this and spend like $600. So I mean, a high-end rifle would be right around $2,400 for, you know, a lot of expensive parts if you build it yourself. And you can go out and buy some of these ARs for that price. I mean, a Spikes Tactical or Daniel Defense or any of that, you know, any of the higher end ones, you can spend that much on it. But building it yourself is definitely the way to go. I think what he got here for, you know, spending, you know, these are rough guesstimates, but I give you some pretty good accurate prices on some of this stuff, like what we've actually spent. But $1,130, say, for this and that, and we have more magazines, but I didn't count the magazines or anything. But anyway, $1,130 for a 300 blackout, I think is a really, really, really good deal. Excellent price if you do it yourself. And like I said, you can go cheaper. I think if you did, you'd have an inferior rifle, but you can do it. And then, or you can just go hog wild way beyond what this rifle is and spend, you know, $3,000, $4,000, or $5,000 on an AR. So I think he got an excellent 300 blackout here for a really good deal by doing it himself. And he knows everything there is to know about this rifle. He knows he can tear this down and put it back together and not have any issues. He knows, you know, how it works, how it operates, and all that. So we'll give you a little close-up here, and then we'll call it a day. So there's this side of it, and this foregrip is really nice. It's a free float. You can see the low profile gas tube in here, or gas block, sorry. It has 8 screws around the grip. It has a foregrip nut, and then it has a barrel nut that goes inside that. It's all Loctited. And then the muzzle brake there, which is a pretty nasty muzzle brake. And we tried our best to index everything, you know, right on the money. So just I think it's a very nice rifle. I'll show you this side. This is more the plain side. But, you know, a beautiful rifle. And going with the stainless barrel, I thought was a really nice touch. There's the 300 blackout right there. I don't know if it's going to show up, but that's the only marking on the barrel. And this is a medium weight barrel. It's not a heavy, it's not a light. That's what they call a medium. Like I said, with the carbine length gas block or gas port, 16-inch. So anyway, there it is, Water Ninjas. This was his, pretty much his Christmas right here. And hopefully we'll get out and shoot it in the next week or so. Once the weather warms up. It was, what was it, 20 below today. And it warmed up to, I think we got up to 2 today. So plenty cold here. And there's mine. I just brought it out to compare the 5.56 to the 300 blackout. And they're pretty much the same lengths. Everything. His grip's a little longer than mine. Actually, we'll line up the gas ports here, which is about right there. So yeah, congratulations to the Water Ninja. He's totally happy with it, I believe. And like I said, we'll get out there, maybe we'll get a shooting video in and see how that thing shoots. This is, oh, I should have said this is a 1 in 8 twist, and the research we did says 16-inch with a 1 in 8 twist is a sweet spot for 380 AC blackout. And then I heard, you know, somebody else say, oh no, 18-inch or 1 in 7 or whatever. But I think this is going to be a really good shooter. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you got any recommendations for the Water Ninja on a red dot, he wants to put a red dot kind of like this one. This is a cheap one, but he wants a good one for this. Throw a comment down below, and you know, we'll see if they're not too expensive. See what we can come up with. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe. We'll see you.